Hello, it's been a bit. This recording's going to be unscripted, mostly because I think that's the best way for me to do my things, since that is kind of how I am, I guess. I like to show the raw stuff as best I can. I got a new microphone, if you can't tell, but that's not the point. Apparently there is this 4B thing, and it's not really going to do anything fully. Maybe in a different country like South Korea where it came from, it makes some sort of difference. But here in America and maybe even other Western countries, it's not really going to do anything. I do. It's been a long while, but I think there was something similar to this a long while ago, and everybody else was saying the same thing. I don't remember what that was or what brought it about, but I do want to say I remember that there was something similar to this. Just now, I think this time it's being presented with more gusto. I don't know if that's the right way to say it. But if you don't know, apparently this 4B movement thing has to do with women going on to a sex strike, which doesn't bother me at all. If anything, it kind of makes me a bit happy. I mean, it might help me a bit in some way, without really knowing. So I guess I should say why I believe it's not going to do what they want it to do. I guess I should also say they're doing this in response to Donald Trump being the president of the United States now. Well, he hasn't been inaugurated yet, at least. And that he may end up making abortion stuff stricter. Don't know. As far as I know, he's just going to leave that to the states. So the strictness of abortion will depend on where you live, not what he does in the White House. So there's that. And so there's maybe there was something else that I should say. I don't quite remember. But so the thing that I really wanted to talk about, which many other people have probably said by now, why this makes no sense and is not going to really do anything. Well, for most men are not having sex anyways. So you refusing to give sex to those that you was already going to refuse to give sex to doesn't change anything. If you're similar to me, you have basically given up, and so you're just now trying to just do your own thing. Yeah, you're just trying to do your own thing. You're just, yeah, you're just trying to do your own thing. Hope that somebody notices and stuff like that. And then the other thing is that, to an extent, this is what a conservative wants women to do. Wants women to become more choosy of who they choose, of who they have sex with. And what I mean by that is when it comes to abortion stuff, a lot of women who are for it like to use it as a form of contraceptive instead of how it how a lot of conservatives may or how a lot of conservatives or even Democrats might feel that it should be used as a medical procedure when it is something that's necessary because of the child. There's a possibility of something wrong with the child or the mother during the pregnancy, something like that. Uh, but there are a lot of women that use it as contraceptive. So, the reason why this isn't going to work, yeah, that's what it's going to go into. That's what it's going to go into. Uh, like I said, conservatives want women to be more choosy when they are having sex. and if a woman doesn't want to become pregnant, they, excuse me, I've been bumping. Mm, excuse me. But conservatives want women to be more choosy, when and who they are having sex with. And if you are not going to have sex with the possibility in the back of your head of having a baby, a lot of conservatives would say that then you probably shouldn't engage in sexual activity because you're not thinking about the possibility of the baby, of pregnancy. So, more women practicing abstinence, sustaining from sex, is a good thing to conservatives. The other thing is that with that there's less abortions, which is something else that conservatives would be happy about. And then the last thing, which I guess gets a bit more political. I guess I don't know. Um, a family that identifies itself as Democrat or left has normally would have less kids if they have any at all. And at the same time, if they do have kids, there is the possibility that they will end up doing things that will cause the child to not be able to have children of their own. And by that I mean doing all of this transition type stuff. Because those things, especially the major sex change surgeries, will not make a individual able to produce children. So that lowers the number of potential Democrats that are coming into the world. The other thing about that is I know that a lot of them will claim that because they have a lot of influence in the school system and maybe other places that young children are commonly found, that they can get them to their side. But at the same time, there has been more homeschooling type things coming about. Parents are more aware of what is happening, how teachers are talking to children that they have under their care, and what they are talking to them about. So, so the likelihood of a child becoming a Democrat through a teacher telling them things is less. You also get a lot of your political beliefs and other beliefs from your family as well. So they don't have as much influence as what they think. I think that's all that I want to say. There's probably some other stuff that I could throw in there, but I didn't feel like trying to write down things. I think I'm best when I'm just trying to randomly talk about something. My content on the other website, I like to do everything live. No, that's not the right way to say it. I like to do everything raw. Um, yeah, I like to do everything raw. I like to show everything in its most um, can raw state as I can when I make those particular videos. And so talking like this, even with all my ums and pauses, I feel is the best way for me to express what I am thinking. I do hope that that kind of stuff doesn't bother you. Maybe other videos that I will do when I'm not tired, well, it involves me actually having to write stuff down to be a bit more professional, but I kind of like these kinds of videos better. Mm. Excuse me. Having some trouble with my nose, it's kind of stuffy. But hopefully you like this kind of video. These are the kinds of videos that I would prefer to make than just, heavily scripted, edited type things. I need to stop chattering because I am not trying to pad out time or anything. I just wanted to give my unfiltered opinion about women going on a sex strike again. So, regardless of the time of day that it is for you, either that being noon, morning, or night, I hope that you are having a good time, and with that, I bid you adieu.
ふわっくゆ意味がわ